Okay, we're gonna go over the best bomb spots or spots where you can plant and you can see the bomb from far away. We're gonna start with embassy. And we're gonna start with a B bomb site, and to be honest, there's actually quite a lot of spaces. What you want to do is don't forget you can plant the bomb technically far away from the bomb spot, like it's furthest away, like for example, like here. And then when you plant that bomb, what you can do is you can then have a good view on it. So one of the first and most obvious choices is all the way down here. And of course you have this cover in front of you. If you have a teammate over there, you can block that way. And for example, if he dies, or if you die, he can just come here and take his position. But you got a good clean sight towards the bomb from over here. Or you can in fact go as far as back here or even behind this tree over here. So what you can do if you really want to is someone can watch your back and then you have a good line of sight of the bomb. So if someone is going to go and defuse it, you can see it very, very well. And that is one spot over there. If we go over to more of this side, towards the middle, if you plant the bomb on this side over here, it's not really a spot per se, but what you can do is you can just easily just jump from here. Pretty obvious one, but that's pretty what it is. Another one over here is like this. So if you throw, for example, if you have control over this area, what you can do is, let's say if you do like a direct grenade upwards, a lot of people do know this, but you can just get the grenade to explode there. But again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Then we have a spot over here, just down here. Now, this is actually a spot better than you think, and the reason why is you can just pop up and get the little bit of a check. You know, you can time it if you're playing GBs or whatever. But the reason why this spot is a bit more important than you think is that you can see the sun glare over there makes it quite difficult to see here unless you ADS inwards. So if you can literally just go here and then you can, for example, just literally just get out like that quickly and go back down. It's very, very hard for your opponent to see it. And then if you want to, just as a general rule of thumb, not that it's an important, but if you go, for example, over here to this side, you can see this wall makes it a bit difficult to play these areas. But you can see, for example, here through those windows, you do have a spot. So realistically, if you have control over this side of the map, I think it's quite important because you can get a lot of control then, and if someone dies, you can just use the timers and rotate. So there's not that there's a lot of entrances obviously to go into these areas, but of course the main exit is here. This is where it opens out to the front door. So realistically over here you have the usual spot over there. I mean, that's pretty much self-explanatory. It's one of the best spots. And then this one, as you can see, this wall actually covers it. So this is probably the best one. And that is pretty much it for the B side. There isn't really that much. I mean, rest of them, look, to be honest, like here you can't do much. You can maybe maybe do it. But realistically, you probably can't. So that is the B bomb sites. You know, a good way of just knowing spots in general. Like if you want to figure this out yourself, just stand on B bomb site and have a look around. You can pan around and you can see realistically in that dark shot that we were standing over there, it's a good spot because you have the tree for cover and it's quite hard to see someone. Same thing over there unless someone goes and checks it, but of course you do waste the time. And then of course you have this last one over here, which is someone's playing that downstairs angle. They can, for example, come over here, see if they're there, use a nade or whatever, and then just come out the top over here. So what you can do though is, if you play like this, and then you can just have a quick sneak peek. That way you see you open the door, or you can open the door this way, and that way if you do have that peek, you do cover your left hand side. Don't forget they can still wallbang, of course, but it does just cover your look, so you can just go with a quick jump peek. So if you are playing this angle over here, you can go for a quick jump peek just to see if they've got it, and of course you can use a nade, or you can use whatever nade you want to use to kill them. It doesn't really matter. And that is the spots for B bomb site. Okay, now we're going to move over to A side, and to be honest, there isn't that many. So the first one, the obvious one, is you can plant, for example, on this side over here where this ping is, and then what you can do is you can go all the way on this side, kind of similar to the last one, and that's why I say this whole back area over here, if you can have that control somehow, which is obviously going to be quite hard, but if you can have that control, you can have a choice to plant on either bomb site. But again, the obvious one over here is just like this. You get a good angle towards the bomb. And of course you can watch this side, and you really only have to worry about this doorway over there. But of course you'll be able to hear the footsteps from a few miles away. Another one over here is you see, it's just, so let's say for example you're playing, now this is kind of a risky kind of spot. You know, you can have underneath these cars, but you see the problem is that, you know, even if you do get a spot like this, which is not really the best, you do have your back completely exposed. So I see a lot of people suggesting that, but it's not really worth it. Here again, no point, because you have that entrance. And then here, what you can do is on this side is that you can just play either this one over here, so you've got the close angle over there, or you can play inside like this. That's another one as well. So if you have multiple teammates, you can just obviously count incrementally, go for the watchers and have that person. And the other area you want to really have control is over this area over here. Again, you can't really do that much over here. The good thing is we're just about this angle over there. Don't forget, you can only really climb up like this, so you can see them. But if you have one guy lying down and you have one guy watching, then you can say, okay, look, he's going to defuse the bomb, or he's on the bomb, or whatever. So that's one way, or one thing that you can do. And from this angle, really, there's not that much you can do. You do have, for example, like here, you can roll a grenade down if you really, really want to, and you can cook it and get a good start on the bomb. But apart from that, there's not really that much you could do. I mean, the obvious spots, I think that everyone does know. I mean, you really wouldn't want to play here. But what you could do is, if you have control over this area on this side, you can have sometimes even two players, and you can incrementally do it. But yeah, you can plant the bomb on this side. But you can see when we go to the bomb site, there's not that many spots. You can see there's only really that side over there. So I think most players are going to come from that side anyway. And you have this wall in the way. So even if you wanted to stay behind these trucks, even if you did and you had that control, it's quite hard to see it. So there isn't really that many. I mean, this area over here is just a bit too exposed. I mean, if there was a container over here, then maybe, but this area here is just a bit too exposed. It's not really worth it. So that is really the spots for A. Don't forget, when you do plant, you can just literally just go up here, and then you can play this. I mean, I would say this area is the best to control, because you can rotate around, you can shoot them like that, you can flash them, or you can nade them, and then you can just, for example, rotate up here, and then if you really need to, you can just throw a grenade or something of that nature there. You can't really get a grenade to bounce because of this wall over here. It does block it. There's some more elaborate grenades that are pretty hard to do, but realistically you can't. Your best bet is probably going to be like that. And you see this top bit over here, it does cover all grenades, so you can't really dash a grenade from really far away, unless you're talking about the regular spot that you were in before, and you can do it there. There is some other spots, like for example like here, but realistically you're completely exposed to this side. Assuming you got a teammate there, if someone comes through this door, they're practically going to see you. But yeah, this is, you can argue a spot, but I'm not going to recommend it, because obviously if someone comes from this side over there, they're going to very much see you, especially against the green shrubbery. So it's not like you're going to have a chance. But that is pretty much it for A side. So in terms of the bomb, I'll be honest, I think B side is really the go-to choice, really. You're going to start on this side anyway. So it doesn't matter what side you start on, so should I say, but it doesn't matter where you go anyways, that you just need to be able to and be ready to just go and plant. But again, I said B spot is better, because you have that thing, and then you can just choose whatever you want. In terms of defending the spots as well, it's the exact same spots that you can use. If I just kill myself just quickly, I'll show you, or at least try to anyway. If I kill myself here, if you've got A, you can literally just stay in this corner over there. Or if you have B, what you can do is you can go up here, and you can run to B spot, the initial spot that I showed you. Or you can try to contest into the middle and try to get up those windows. But realistically, you should be fine. This spot is actually pretty good, because a lot of players, they don't actually check this. Because obviously when you get here, you have to come all the way here, check this, and if you check this, you might be exposed to this angle over here. So if you can have a nade, and then you can just cook it, and you can throw it like that. One thing you can do is, I think you can throw a nade from here. I think if you cook it, I think it's 3 seconds, and then you throw, or just a bit longer, should I say, like this. Let me do it again. I think it's like here, 1, 2, and then you can throw it, and you can get it just about. You can see, even I've still got to practice my grenades, to be honest. But yeah, you could in theory get the grenade spot, and then you could just get that. So that's one thing that you can do as well. And yeah, but that is the spots anyway for this map. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Of course, I'll catch you next time.